much like the videos I made for Endgame, the idea of these videos isn't to go, oh my god, I hated Infinity War sucks, blah blah blah. It's to establish and show that to enjoy these movies, you have to be brain dead. I go more into it in my Endgame Part 1 video if you want, because I don't really feel like repeating myself. I'm self-promoting my own videos already. I guess I am a YouTuber. The point is that if you watched Infinity War and walked out that theater and went, you know what? I didn't have there were no problems with Infinity War. There was no issues. It was fine. This is you are the reason I'm making this video. Because you have to be a brain dead idiot to walk out the movie theater after seeing Infinity War and saying, I didn't see a problem. Because I intend to show every damn example of stupid. And this, again, and it's not just one or two. It's stupid after stupid after stupid. And I want it so that at the end of this video, or this bunch of videos, because probably going to take more than one part, I want you to understand that, yes, you are a Marvel zombie, brain dead idiot, and for liking this movie. Okay? I'm sorry, I hate to be the one to break it to you. But, God, somebody needs to. I swear to God. You are the reason Marvel movies suck. You are. Because, do you think this is the first Marvel movie that had this much stupid in it? No. But because you kept telling Disney, no matter how much stupid is in the movie, keep making them, we'll keep watching them. So they went, okay. You're the reason these MCU movies are full of stupid. Not that they suck or that they're bad or that they're mediocre. Because again, there are other movies that in the MCU that just weren't that great, were mediocre, but they didn't have any level of stupid in them. But boy, did they start getting levels of stupid. Anyway. I can actually give you the biggest stupid in the entire series right at the beginning of the movie. Hold on. Reviewing these movies have driven me to cigarettes. I'm going to be drinking alcohol soon. Christ. I no longer care about what you think. I really don't. I'm not going to get to the big stupid because then it's going to overshadow the other stupids that happened in the beginning of the movie. So I'm going to start with the small little issues, and then I'm going to do the big reveal, I guess, whatever. Thanos fighting the Hulk. Now I didn't like it, but I understood it. I mean, it needed to be done. Because I think it was called the Superman effect from the old Justice League animated shows, where they would introduce a new villain and they would assume that the majority of the audience wouldn't know who it was. So to show how powerful this new villain was, they'd knock out Superman. So that way the audience would go, oh wow, if this villain can knock out Superman, then obviously he's a powerful villain. So since this is the first time we fully get Thanos as a character, it's a way of him taking on the Hulk and easily beating him is a way to, it's a quick and dirty way to show, wow, Thanos is powerful if he can take out the Hulk so easily. Again, didn't like it, but I understood it. The problem is, they screw that up. Because when Thanos picks up the Hulk and then body slams him, Thanos strains to pick up the Hulk. Look, you just totally shattered any sense of disbelief. I mean, how am I supposed to accept that Thanos can easily kick the Hulk's ass, but has a hard time picking him up? This is also the first indication, like the first clue, that the writers and the directors have no idea how the Infinity Gauntlet is supposed to work. They don't even have a plan. They're literally showing, this is the start of them, we're making this up as we go along. It's like, we've heard of this Infinity Gauntlet because apparently there's these comic books. That's the extent of their knowledge. They have no foreplanning, Okay, I'm going to segue a lot, so be prepared, and this is going to be one of them. The Infinity Stones. They can't have the superheroes that have Infinity Stones actually be able to use the Infinity Stones. That's one of the overarching problems with the movie, is that they can't have Doctor Strange use the the Time Stone, because then it'll totally screw up the storyline. So they have to purposely not have Doctor Strange use the Time Stone. So like, in the beginning with Loki, they can't have Loki use the Tesseract, because then he'll just disappear. Because there's no reason for Loki to just hand it over. That's all he does. He hands it over. Why wouldn't he just, teleport away? I mean, he took the Tesseract at the end of Thor Ragnarok. Well, he didn't take it because it was shiny looking. He took it because he would have had to know what it was, what it could do, how to use it. He didn't. It wasn't like a little troll from, with Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, I'm going to collect all. Gotta get them all. So him handing over the Tesseract was a way of eliminating Loki even using it, because then it would have totally destroyed the story. Then we get after it happened, I realized how naive I was, because in the Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity War story, there's a character named Mephisto that becomes kind of like the right-hand man for Thanos. And when Loki said he wanted to join Thanos, I'm thinking, oh, this is great. Because they don't have Mephisto in the movie, in the MCU, they're going to use Loki to replace Mephisto. And eventually, somehow, or later on, Loki's going to find a way to try and get the gauntlet for himself. I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be great. I'm on board. No, the writers are going, what are you talking about? We never actually read the comic. We don't know what's going on. This was the start of me realizing I have to stop giving the movie the benefit of the doubt, but I never did. I'm such an optimist. Hope springs eternal, and I'm constantly beaten down, and I'm going, so he gives him the Tesseract for no reason, and then he tries to. Loki was obviously present when Thanos and his henchmen took out everybody. He saw Thanos easily take out the Hulk, but somehow thinks he's gonna take out Thanos with a dagger? It's just... Now again, these are all little small things, but again, I wanted to say them first because the big stupid in the beginning was going to override it. So here's the problem. Here was the big stupid. Thanos tells his henchmen, there are 2 more stones on Earth, go get them for me. What? Wait a minute, what? You're telling me that Thanos could have sent his henchmen at any time to Earth to get the stones. Then why did he need Loki in Avengers? He didn't. Do you understand how that line literally makes Avengers 1 irrelevant? And it changes the entire structure of the whole MCU. And not only that, what was Loki's plan? What was Loki's end goal? We know what his plan was, but hold on. There's just so much stupid and fail in this. I'm trying to keep it all as straight as I can. Loki's end goal, made no sense, because the closest I got to an explanation of Loki's end goal was he wanted to rule humanity. He wanted to rule Earth. No, he didn't. He wants to rule Asgard. Remember? No, apparently not. He wanted to rule Asgard. He didn't give a damn about Earth. It wasn't like he wanted Earth as a consolation prize. He wants to rule Asgard. Because he ends up doing it, remember? He forgets Earth. He stops caring about Earth and ends up going back in Thor 2 to... So, his whole plan had no end goal. Then you have the fact that Thanos had the Mind Gem and gave the Mind Gem to Loki. Really? Thanos had the Mind Gem and gives it to Loki and makes a deal with Loki of, I'll help you take over Earth, which he didn't even want to do in the first place. But it's not like the writers or directors knew this. So, in exchange for Loki to give him the Tesseract. But then, in Infinity War establishes he could have sent his henchmen at any time and didn't need Loki. Like, in the beginning of Avengers, when Hawkeye goes, it's a doorway, a door opens both ways, and whatever that thing was glows and Loki comes out. All that really had to happen was the henchmen walk out, grab the Tesseract, go back out, and go, bye! Avengers 1, over. Next movie. I mean, did you not notice? How do you not catch that? How did the writers, how did the directors not catch that unless, and I've said it throughout the entire Endgame videos, and I'll say it again, they can do whatever they want, and you are either too stupid to care, or you're either too stupid to notice, or you don't care. It boggles my mind that they could literally tell you, okay, the problem with this example is that now everything else I say is going to seem like a minor issue in comparison. But I really wanted to get that point dealt with at the beginning because it's the biggest level of stupid in Infinity War, and it just changes everything, and nobody noticed. Just, Doctor Strange teleport again. Like I said, from here on in, no matter what level of stupid I describe, it's gonna seem like nothing compared to what I just explained. So, bear with me. Doctor Strange, this is an example of how Doctor Strange is a problem for the movie. Because he can't use his powers because then it screws up the storyline. Like, he teleports to Iron Man, Tony Stark and Pepper. He just does. There's no way of him knowing where Tony Stark was, where he was, and that barely even knew who he was. That's like Tony Stark, right? It's like, yeah, it's like. So when the Hulk comes down and explains about Thanos, and they go, you gotta call Cap, there's this fake, pathetic attempt at drama between Cap and Iron Man, and Tony, that, and there's like this moment, and here's another overall, overarching problem with the movie, is that they use emotion to mask the stupid. Like, there'll be a scene that's got stupid in it, but they'll try to cover it up with, no, focus on the emotion of the scene, focus on the emotion we're trying to ram down your throat so that you'll ignore the stupid. And this is an example of it. There's all this drama and emotion over the conflict between Cap and Tony, and about calling him and everything. If Doctor Strange could just as easily teleport and find Tony Stark, he could just as easily have teleported and found Captain America. But if he did, you wouldn't have this forced, pathetic, emotional scene. You know what I mean? And again, same thing just like with the teleportation, there's the fight scene. And like in the beginning of the movie, there's the fight scene with the henchmen and Wong and Doctor Strange. And I really don't want to get into Hulk in this. Okay, let me just, I want to try to stop the segue, so let me finish this one point and then I'll try and get. So, they're all fighting and everything's, I guess, okay, but then Wong teleports the big guy henchman, and just teleports him to, like, the Arctic or whatever. And it was like, why didn't you do that 10 minutes ago? Oh, he couldn't have done it 10 minutes ago because the directors wanted the scene to last this many minutes, and then once the fight scene had lasted this many minutes, we can have it stop by having now Wong teleports it. Do you understand how forced and stupid that is? They're not allowed to use their powers like they would but only until it suits the director's use of their powers. Because that fight scene could have been over in like a minute. Like if this was a side fight in the Doctor Strange movie, that fight scene would have been a hiccup, would have been 10 seconds. But because it's supposed to be built up as this big dramatic fight scene and everything, it only works that way as long as Wong doesn't use any of his powers and Doctor Strange hardly uses any of his powers. Like, Doctor Strange was using a lot of his powers, except the ones that would have actually, won the fight. Oh god, yeah, the Hulk not wanting to come out. Okay. I don't know why they didn't want to have the Hulk in the movie. My best guess was that Mark Ruffalo wanted more screen time, and it's like, dude, you knew the job when you took it, and we like you, but we like you as Banner, and we want the Hulk, so tough. Okay? You got Bruce Banner. But how forced and stupid it was to go, no, I don't want to come out. He wasn't even facing Thanos. Like, he was going to be facing henchmen. But it was so forced, and it was so, again, going back, and I don't want to have to repeat myself, but it's like, it's here, it's me, I'm here, deal with it. It's literally Disney going, we're forcing this on the audience, and they have to deal with it. And I guess you guys did, because, again, I go over this in the Endgame one, and I really don't feel like repeating myself. But the whole Hulk not wanting to come out was stupid because it was so forced on the audience. And you're thinking naively, hindsight's 2020, that, okay, they're doing this because he's going to come out at the end and he's going to save the day. He's going to, but they don't. And it was just, it was a letdown. It was an insult to us as the audience to just not have it just because, what, you didn't feel like it, or Mark Ruffalo wanted more screen time? Oh, the whole Quinn imitating Thor crap. I mean, see, the problem that I have is that I cover this stuff in my Endgame videos, and I really have no intention of repeating myself. And it's like you have to watch Endgame to understand what I'm going to be talking about here so that I don't have to repeat myself. Apparently I don't have a problem rambling, but I have a problem repeating myself, huh? Right? Okay. Longtime fans would realize that I ramble. Sorry. And like with the Hulk, it's like the Hulk wouldn't come out. And I'm going, there's a line in Avengers where Banner says, I tried to kill myself, but the other guy stopped me. And that line really has a lot of significance because during the entire battle, or any time we needed the Hulk and Banner couldn't get the Hulk out, all I could think of was just walk right in front of one of these henchmen and have him start kicking your ass, and I'm pretty sure the Hulk's going to start coming out. And I think most of you might have realized that too, but again, the directors and the writers went, no, we can't have the Hulk, so we're going to forcibly make him be away from the battle so that never happens, or that he never thinks of it, or that anybody ever thinks of it, so that way the Hulk never comes out. So the justification or the reasoning on and how forced not having the Hulk be just was Quinn imitating Thor just seemed so, like, that was just more cringeworthy than, but again, it's like the humor of like the joke Thor is, ever since Thor Ragnarok, Thor's become like a joke. Like, he wasn't that much of a joke in Endgame, but it's like they tried to establish how Thor was a joke, so they kind of like peppered it in every once in a while. Kind of like when, I don't need a spoon, I need a hammer. Oh, God, did I hate, that line. I don't need a spoon, I need a hammer. A hammer, you say? Really? You need a hammer. I wonder where you could get a hammer. I wonder. At the end of Thor Ragnarok, Mjolnir is whole and floating in space. Does Thor not have any type of connection of any kind to Mjolnir? Like, it was enchanted and it's designed for him, yet it's reassembled. I don't know how it got reassembled. I don't care because I want Mjolnir back in the MCU. But it's floating in space, and they're still going, I need a hammer. I wonder where I can get a hammer. Oh, and Thor, where's Thanos going? Oh, Thanos is going to nowhere. Hold on. I gotta psych myself up for this. Thor explains how he knows he does the process of elimination on the Infinity Stones. And he goes, the only place left is to go to the Collector, who's in nowhere. Thor hears Thanos tell his henchmen, there are 2 more stones on Earth, go get them and bring them to me on Titan. So as far as Thor is concerned, he knows exactly where Thanos is. On Titan. So why would Thanos think that he's at nowhere? I know he wants the Infinity Stone, but if he's established that he's having henchmen do his little dirty work for him, then there's zero reason for Thor to think that he's going to do it personally. Do you understand? Please tell me you understand how that's stupid. And when the henchmen reach Earth and they deal with Vision, and they're fighting them, and Vision, he goes, their weapon stopped me from phasing. And Scarlet Witch goes, I thought that was impossible. And he goes, so do I. I go, yeah, so did the rest of us. I mean, it's not like the henchmen knew Vision had the Soul Stone. It's not like they knew Vision's weaknesses and abilities and whatever, and then designed a weapon specifically for Vision, because that would involve the writers and Disney and the Russo brothers to care, to actually inject any kind of reasoning and logic into this movie. But they don't care. They don't have to care. You know why? Because you as an audience don't care. It doesn't matter to you. They can do anything they want, and you'll go, yeah, okay, why do you have a problem with something that doesn't make any sense? There was no reason for the weapon to cause Vision to not be able to phase, except for the fact that the director in the movie can't have the superheroes use their powers because it'll screw up the storyline. So it was a cheap-ass way of not having Vision phase, because if Vision phased, it would have changed the whole dynamic of the fight, the whole dynamic of the whole movie. Do you understand? You can't take anything in this movie seriously because it's forced so that... Okay, I'm going to cut because it's 30 minutes, and I will continue my rant and rambling and descent into bloody insanity in part 2.